Hello friends, welcome to my channel DataMaking. In this video, I am going to explain you how to create first PySpark application on Spark version 3 using a Pycharm IDE. Okay, so let's get started. The prerequisite for creating a PySpark application using Pycharm IDE, you need to have a Java installed. So let us check whether Java is installed on this machine. Java, you can open a command line and type Java space hyphen version. Then it says I have installed uh, Java version 1.8 with the minor version. So this is already done it on my machine. If you not install, please install the Java 1.8. So the next prerequisite is you should have a Spark framework installed on your machine, and it has to be set with the Spark home environment variable in the system environment variable. That's the second prerequisite. Let's do that. So please make sure you have a Java installed. I'm using Java 1.8 or later. So let's open the google.com and say Spark download. So when you say Spark download, it is suggesting the website name spark.apache.org downloads. So this is the official website for downloading your Spark. So the Spark has different versions. Later version is the latest version is 3.1.2, which is the one I'm going to use it. If you want to use the prior versions, you can choose based on your wish. And then I'll just say Spark has some uh, Apache Hadoop libraries associated within a Spark framework. Okay, so you need to choose whether you want to download the pre-built version on Apache Hadoop 3.2 or later or 2.7. It's based on your Hadoop version you are using it. If you are doing any HDFS related stuff. So far, I'm not going to use HDFS stuff in my machine, so I'll just say whatever the default version it comes. So I choose this package type, then we'll just click on this download. So this is the tar file, and it opens this mirror page. Click on this. So it is going to download uh, the Spark binary file, so which is of size 218 MB. Okay, so based on your internet bandwidth, it will take some time. So I will pause this video until it is downloads. Okay, so the download is completed. So show this all. So it's almost done. Okay, so let's wait for. Okay, so let me come to this download section. Just yeah, so this is completed. Download is completed. You can go to downloads or you can show in folder, right? So it's completely downloaded, right? If you look at the size, it's 218 MB. So I'm going to cut this. I'll go to C colon and I'm going to create a folder called DataMaking here. You can keep it anywhere. I'm just keeping it here, and also I will create a subfolder called Spark. So inside that, I will paste here. I want to extract this based on the uncompressed uncompression software. You can uncompress this file. So it has a TZZ extension file. So once I extract here, it's coming as tar. Again, right click and extract here using 7-zip. I'm using 7-zip. You can use any other software to extract it. So yeah, it is extracted. So this is the Python framework, and the version which we are using is Spark. I'm sorry, this is a Spark framework. So the version we are using is 3.1.2, which is pre-built on the Hadoop 3.2 version. Now we need to set the Spark home environment variable in the system environment variable. Right click on this PC, go to this properties, and you see this advanced system settings. Click on this, and environment variables in this section. Below this startup and recovery section, you see environment variables. Click on this. So I'm going to create you can go to user level or you can go to system level. I'll just create in system level. I'll create a variable called Spark home. I will put this until the root folder. Okay, so if you open the root folder, you will see all other folders. So you need to chase, you need to take till the root folder level, right? So click OK, and also I am going to edit the path variable. You see there's a path variable. Edit this, and I'll say new and paste this. Okay, I say OK. Okay, so 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 PySpark environment variable, PySpark, sorry, Spark underscore home environment variable is set. Now the next step is we just open our Pycharm IDE. So just you can type Pycharm Community Edition. So how to install the Pycharm Community Edition? I made a separate video for this. I will add the link of that video in the description section. Okay, so once you open this Pycharm IDE, you see the left side projects, customize if you want to change the themes, other stuff, and you can install plugins if you want to do that. So we'll create a new project. I'll just say first app. First app. I'll say PySpark first app. Okay, so I will use underscore just to for the readability purpose. Okay, so I'm not going to create the main file. I will create by myself. So then you expand this. Okay, so I'm not going to use the system interpreter of uh, uh, the Python installed. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Python virtual environment. I have created a Python virtual environment called PySpark apps. If you want to know how to create a Python virtual environment, you can go and explore it in my previous videos. So I put a separate video on how to create a PySpark, a Python virtual environment. I will add that video a link in the description. Please go through it. So you can click here. So it is on my home directory, DataMaking. So SQL and users, DataMaking user. I minimize this, and you will see PySpark apps. I'm sorry, not this. PySpark apps, and you see in the lib section, you will find a not a script. In script you have a python.exe. Choose this file. Okay, so I'm using this Python virtual environment. Say OK. Okay, so this is Python. PySpark apps is my Python virtual environment. I'm using that. Okay, so then little bit, yeah, say create. Okay, it's going to create. So the PySpark first app application is created. Okay, the project is created. It's just loading all the scanning and doing the indexing for the project. Now let's create a Python file. Okay, where you can write a PySpark code. I'll just say demo. Click OK. So it is created a demo.py. So we need to we installed basically the Spark framework, and we set the Spark home environment variable. Now to use the PySpark API, okay, we need to install the uh, there are two ways you can do it. Earlier, what I need to do, what I used to do is in this Python, Spark installation folder, you see a Python, and you will see there's a lib folder, and you need to include these two files inside your project to make use of the PySpark APIs, which is the Python API of your Spark. So that is one way to do it. I'm not going to do this. There's another way which is very simpler, uh, to install a package called PySpark. There is a package called PySpark. We are going to install that, which will help you to use the API of PySpark or Python API of Spark. So how to do that? So you can go to the file and settings, the project. Okay. So there is a we have a project called a PySpark first app, right? You see there is a Python interpreter, right? Here these are the uh, packages which is available under this my Python virtual environment. Now I'm going to install PySpark. You can type here. There is a package called PySpark for the version Spark version 3.1.2. That's a Spark version we installed on our machine. Okay. So click on this install package. So it is going to install this PySpark package. Okay, again it is actually going to do the installation from based on your internet connectivity. So based on your internet bandwidth, it will take some time. Okay, so for me it is done. I will come here. I see there is a Python PySpark package and Py54j. These two packages got installed. So we just have to choose PySpark. It will automatically has another package called Py4j. Okay, now say okay. Okay, now I can start using the Python API of Spark, which is a PySpark. What I need to do is from the PySpark.sql, I'm going to import the Spark session class. Okay, what is this use of this Spark session? So you can think of as a Spark session is a connection object for a connection object to interact with the Spark cluster or Spark engine. Okay, so you can think of as a, if you have a database, we just generally make this a database connection object, right? We make a connection object to talk to the database. Similarly, Spark session will help you to talk to the Spark environment. So we need to create an object for it and start using the APIs. So that's why we imported from PySpark.sql import Spark session. So I will use this uh, uh, underscore name equal to, it's kind of uh, main section. So basically what this has means is the portion of code which I write in this block will be executed when you run this program directly, not when you call it from the other program. So it's kind of main function you can think of as. Okay, this I'll just type, I'll just print PySpark, PySpark application started, and I'll just say print PySpark application completed. Okay, now I'll just go and create a Spark session object. Generally, we use the variable name as Spark, but you can give whatever name you want. So Spark session object, sorry, Spark session class dot builder, sorry, builder dot. You need to set the first we'll set the app name. We'll say first PySpark application, and then we'll set the so I will put this way. Okay, we'll use this slash and master URL as for now I'll just put local of star, which says that I'm going to use this program in a local PySpark environment. I'm going to run this program, PySpark program, on the local Spark environment. So if you want to use a different cluster manager like Spark standalone cluster manager or Yarn, you need to change this property. Okay, then I'll just say you can use config property if you property if you want to set any configuration, specific configuration, which I will tell you in the future videos. Now I'll just go and create a dot get or create the Spark session object. So once you have a Spark session object, so you can just say, for now I'll just say Spark print of Spark dot Spark as Spark context object. Spark initial before Spark 2.x version, we use Spark context to communicate to the Spark cluster or Spark environment. Now it is part of your Spark session object, and which will have the app name which we set in the previous step. So this will print first PySpark application, just for your information. Now the main thing is what we are going to do is in Spark there are multiple data structures available. The underlying the important data structure is the RDD, resilient distributed data set, which is a distributed collection. Distributed collection you can think of as a you can make a normal simple list or dictionary and make it as distributed to support fault tolerance. So they use or they introduce something called RDD, resilient distributed data set, which is a distributed collection which can be used in memory, right? So we are going to create a RDD. Okay. So other important data structure in Spark is data frame. So since I'm using a PySpark, so data frame and the RDD is two data structures. And if you are using Spark with the Scala, we have another data structure called data set. Okay. So let's stick with the basic one. So I'm going to create a simple list. Okay, it is I'll just say names list. List is created, you can create using the square bracket. Okay, I'll just say Arun, Arvind, Ajay. Okay, so three names. This is a three list. I'll just create a nums list. I'm going to have a numbers. I'll just have 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 numbers, right? So these are the simple Python collections. One is a list which contains string values. There's another list which contains numbers, integer numbers. Okay, now we can actually convert this Python object into RDD, okay, to support parallelism and data distribution across the cluster of machine in memory. Okay, so how do you do that? So you can just say names RDD equal to so Spark session object dot Spark context dot. There's a method called parallelize. You can pass this nums sorry names list. So which will create this Python object into PySpark RDD. Okay. So then if you want to convert the next one, nums RDD equal to spark dot again spark context dot parallelize of nums list. Okay, now so we are converting a Python list into RDD. How to see the data inside the RDD? Okay, there is a method called I'll just say print names RDD dot collect. Okay, there is a method called collect which will print all the elements in the inside the RDD. Similarly, we can do this for names now nums RDD dot collect, right? I'll just so then finally we'll close the PySpark. We'll stop the PySpark. Sorry, Spark session object. Okay. So this is a very simple PySpark application. Let me run this. Right click and run demo. So nothing is running. Okay. So why? Demo. Okay. Name equal to main. This is correct only. Or okay, so sorry. So this has to be if underscore name equal to underscore main. Let me run this. So it's a PySpark application started. It's going to launch the PySpark session. Okay, so there is a error or warning. It says Hadoop home is not set. We will do that. We will do that later. So that's fine. So it will create, it will run your PySpark application. So it printed a first PySpark application. That's my that's our name application name we printed here, right? Line number 12. In the line number 7, sorry, line number 20, we printed the RDD, which is having elements like Arun, Arvind, Ajay, and also we printed the nums RDD elements. So this is how we need to create a PySpark application using a Pycharm Ide. I hope this video is helpful to understand how to create a PySpark application using Pycharm Ide in Windows 10 operating system. Okay. Uh, See you in the next video, and we will explore other concepts in PySpark.